Samuel walked into the small shop with a bright smile. "Good morning," he said. The clerk looked up, nodding politely. "Good morning, sir. What can I help you with?" Samuel placed a silver watch on the counter. "Sell me this watch," he said firmly. The clerk raised an eyebrow. "It is made of silver and costs $150, Samuel explained. The clerk hesitated. "Do you want it in a gift box?" "Yes," Samuel nodded quickly. "One moment," the clerk said, carefully wrapping the watch in a neat box before handing it back. "Here you go." Samuel smiled. "Thank you. Good luck to you." The clerk bowed slightly. "Thank you." Later that morning, Samuel entered Clara's office. Her colleague frowned. "She's in a team meeting," he whispered. Samuel ignored the warning. "I have a surprise for Clara," he said, holding the little box tightly. Clara stepped out, surprised to see him. "What are you doing here? You didn't tell me you were coming." Samuel smiled. "I just wanted to bring you something special." Clara shook her head. "Samuel, my workplace is not the right place for this." "Open it, Clara," Samuel insisted, pushing the gift into her hands. "It's not good to refuse. You'll love it." Clara opened the box slowly and forced a smile. "Thank you," she said quietly. Samuel looked into her eyes. "You don't really like it, do you?" "It's nice," Clara whispered, "but I am working right now. It would be best if you left." Samuel's face fell. "I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. I'll see you at home." Samuel walked outside, his heart sinking. A friend stopped him. "Are you okay?" Samuel sighed. "She sent me away." His friend frowned. "She's right. She was working. But, Samuel, don't you see? She doesn't love you anymore." Samuel turned sharply. "Why do you say that?" The friend shrugged. "Because it's not fair for her to humiliate you like this. She's playing with you." Samuel's voice rose. "You're lying. Then check for yourself. Go any day at lunchtime and see." That evening, Samuel confronted Clara. "Did you betray me?" he asked, his voice trembling. Clara looked down. "I'm sorry, Samuel. I can't continue this anymore." Samuel's eyes filled with tears. "Now I understand why you never liked anything I did or said." Clara sighed. "I don't know how it happened, but it's over." Samuel shook his head. "For you, it's easy to say, but selling ice cream won't get us anywhere either." Clara's voice hardened. "I want a divorce." "You won't take anything we have," Samuel said bitterly. Clara shrugged. "It's not much anyway. If you want, you can keep it." Samuel clenched his fists. "I hope no one ever does to you what you've just done to me." Clara turned away. "Don't blame me alone." Samuel's friend interrupted. "You should have respected her." Samuel shouted. "Shut up. Don't make a scene." "It won't help me at all," Clara whispered. Sooner or later, he had to know. Richard appeared, placing a hand on Clara's shoulder. "It's nothing, Samuel. Don't make yourself look bad." Samuel glared at him. "It's nothing to you because I'm the one who looks like a fool." Clara smirked. "You're not the first, nor the last woman in the world to separate from her husband." Samuel pointed at Richard. "And when will you divorce your wife?" Richard stiffened. "Let's not talk about that here." Samuel shouted. "My life just got ruined." Naomi, a kind colleague, found Samuel sitting outside, broken. "Come inside, Samuel. Everything will be okay," she whispered. Samuel shook his head. "My whole world just fell apart." Naomi touched his shoulder gently. "That world wasn't worth it. Now you'll build a better one." Samuel frowned. "But why did this happen?" Naomi sighed. "It doesn't matter why. What matters is that you realize the truth." Samuel lowered his head. "I'm sorry I embarrassed you at the office." "Don't apologize," Naomi said firmly. "Move forward. Accomplish what you've always dreamed of." Samuel blinked at her. "You're right. I'll open my ice cream shop." "No, I'll open 1,000 ice cream shops." Naomi smiled. "That's the spirit. That's how you move ahead in life." Samuel looked at her curiously. "Why do you even bother to help me, Naomi? I'm a nobody." Naomi's eyes softened. "Because I know you're a good man, and I know what it feels like to be betrayed." "You too?" Samuel asked in surprise. Naomi nodded slowly. "Before I got married, I caught my husband with my best friend. But look at me now. I'm happy." Samuel's voice softened. "Thank you, Naomi. You've given me hope." Naomi pressed a card into his hand. "Keep in touch. If you ever need someone to talk to, call me." Samuel looked at the card, tears filling his eyes. "Thank you. You're a true friend." Naomi smiled. "Take care, Samuel. As Samuel walked away, Naomi stopped him. "Wait," she said, handing him a small box. "It's not worth much, but I want you to have it. It's really delicious." Samuel smiled faintly. "Thank you, Naomi. Take good care of yourself." She nodded. "You too, Samuel." Suddenly Richard appeared, pulling Clara aside. "No, no, no," Clara whispered nervously. "They can see us." Richard scoffed. "What does it matter? You're getting divorced." Clara sighed. "But no one knows yet. We must stay careful." Richard lowered his voice. "If I promote you, people will talk. They'll think it's because of us." Clara stared at him. "And would you really promote me?" Richard hesitated, then nodded. "Yes." Clara pressed him. "And Naomi? What about her?" Richard frowned. "I'll handle Naomi." Clara crossed her arms. "Then call her now." Richard swallowed hard. "Naomi, the boss is calling you," someone said from the hallway. Naomi walked in, smiling politely. "Yes, sir." Richard cleared his throat. "Naomi, I want to inform you that Clara is now the sales manager." Naomi froze. "But sir, I've done everything you asked. I'm the most qualified." Richard looked away. "It will be for another opportunity." Naomi's voice cracked. "This isn't fair. You can't give her the position just for personal reasons." Richard narrowed his eyes. "What are you implying?" Naomi raised her chin. "What everybody already knows." Richard slammed his hand on the desk. "Don't go too far, Naomi." Clara stepped forward, smirking. "Remember your place, Naomi. Don't make a problem where there isn't one." Naomi glared back. "You shut up, Clara. You know that position isn't yours." Clara crossed her arms. "If you don't like it, then quit." Naomi's eyes burned with anger. "Fine, I will quit." End of the story. But believe me, you've just made the worst decision of your life. With that, Naomi walked out, slamming the door behind her. Richard shifted uncomfortably, but Clara smiled with satisfaction. Weeks later, Samuel was standing on a street corner, pasting posters on a wall. Naomi spotted him. "Samuel, is this what you're doing now?" Samuel looked up, embarrassed. "It's my new way of starting over. I want to open my own ice cream shop, but I can't do it alone." Naomi smiled gently. "You're not alone. I lost everything too. Richard and Clara took care of that. But everything they stole from us, we can get back." Samuel's eyes widened. "You'd really help me?" Naomi laughed softly. "Of course. Don't forget, I used to sell things that others couldn't. Selling ice cream will be easy." Samuel hesitated. "Aren't you embarrassed?" Naomi shook her head. "Like my mother used to say, shame is in stealing, not in working an honest job." Samuel smiled for the first time in days. "Come with me then. Taste this ice cream. Tell me if it's good enough to sell." Naomi took a spoon, tasted it, and her face lit up. "It's delicious, Samuel." Encouraged, Samuel said, "I want to rent a small space to open a real shop." Naomi clapped her hands. "Excellent idea." Samuel looked at her and chuckled. "Why the little smile?" Naomi blushed. "I didn't expect things to turn out this way. What surprises me most is that you never called me." Samuel rubbed his neck. "I thought you were just being kind. I didn't want to make you uncomfortable." Naomi looked into his eyes. "I was more than just kind, but that's in the past. Let's focus on selling." The next morning, they stood in the park with a cart. "Ice cream, ice cream," Samuel shouted. "The most delicious in the city." Naomi joined in. "Come and try it." Suddenly, dark clouds rolled in. "Oh no," Naomi whispered. "The weather looks bad." Samuel grinned. "Don't worry. We'll sell everything. You'll see." Together they called out to people passing by. Laughter and energy filled the air as curious buyers lined up. Naomi shook her head. "You were born for this, Samuel." A young man stopped, smiling. "Give me one." Samuel handed him a cone. Naomi teased. "Buy this ice cream and you'll find the love of your life." The man laughed. "I hope so. You two look happy together." Samuel blushed. "No, sir. We're just business partners." Naomi winked. "Of course you will. Thanks to these ice creams, I found the love of my life." The man grinned. "Then I'll take two. Maybe I'll be lucky too." Samuel turned to Naomi. "Why did you say that?" Naomi shrugged, smiling mischievously. "Because if we're selling love ice creams, I couldn't say we're nothing." Samuel chuckled. "That's true. If it bothers you, I won't do it again." Naomi looked at him seriously. "It doesn't bother me. Every man would be proud to be with a woman like you." Samuel's smile faded when he noticed the man had walked away without paying. We forgot to collect the money. Naomi laughed. Don't worry. We'll do better next time. We're still learning. Just then, Clara and Richard appeared at the park. Clara smirked. Well, look who's here. The ice cream man and his new partner. Is this what you quit your job for, Samuel? To sell ice cream in the park? Samuel stood tall. Yes. And it's a dream I didn't have to betray anyone to achieve. Richard sneered. Don't fool yourself. You don't achieve success with just ice cream. Samuel's eyes burned. But by stealing people's wives, yes? His voice cut like a blade, and Richard flinched. Samuel's chest rose and fell with anger. I may never own the biggest shop in this city, he continued. But with every cone I sell, I regain the dignity you both try to take from me. Clara rolled her eyes. Come on, Richard. Let's leave this fool to his fantasy. Richard smirked, but Samuel's words had hit him deeply. That's right, Naomi whispered, gripping Samuel's arm. Straight to the gut. That's the spirit I like. Samuel nodded. Ice cream. The most delicious ice cream in the city. Later that evening, Clara paced the living room. Paul, enough of this hiding. When are you going to finally divorce your wife? Richard rubbed his temples. Not everything is easy, Clara. I still have things to sort out. Clara slammed her hand on the table. Stop telling me the same excuses. I want a clear answer. Richard opened his mouth, but a sharp voice cut him off. So, this is the work you've been doing? It was his wife, Julia, standing at the doorway, trembling with fury. Julia, I can explain, Richard stammered. Julia's eyes blazed. Shut up. Don't you dare speak to me. I knew it deep down, but now I've seen it with my own eyes. Clara froze, her face pale. Julia pointed at her husband. I patiently endured your lies, your absences, your excuses, and now you dare to bring your lover into my company. Richard raised his hands. Please, my love, don't make a scene. The only one who will look ridiculous is you. Julia's voice thundered. No, Richard, it's you who will lose everything. Julia stepped closer, her voice sharp as steel. Listen to me carefully. I will take the company, the house, and your reputation. Everything will be mine. You'll have nothing. Richard's lips trembled. Everything you say is yours. Julia glared at Clara. Enjoy everything while it lasts, because soon you won't even have a chair to sit on. Clara's eyes widened. Richard, you promised me you'd divorce her. Richard covered his face with his hands. It can't be. Everything is slipping out of my control. Samuel, meanwhile, stood outside a small empty shop with a for rent sign. He dialed the number. Hello, I'm calling about the rental space. How much is it? A voice replied, $250, sir. Samuel's heart raced. I'll take it. Are you at the place? Yes, I'm nearby. Minutes later, the landlord arrived. Samuel shook his hand firmly. It's mine. Thank you. Naomi, who had followed, clapped her hands with joy. Congratulations, Samuel. You finally have your shop. Samuel smiled. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me. Naomi's face softened. Don't say that unless you mean it. Samuel looked her in the eyes. I do mean it. I'll never let you go. Naomi laughed nervously. If you leave me, then you're a fool. Samuel grinned. Then I'll never be a fool. 1 month later, the small shop was painted bright and fresh. A sign above the door read, Samuel's Ice Cream Dreams. Customers wandered in, curious to taste the new flavors. Samuel stood proudly behind the counter, scooping ice cream with joy. One afternoon, Naomi entered the shop, her face tense. Good afternoon, she whispered. Samuel looked up with a smile. Good afternoon. What flavor do you want today? Naomi shook her head. I'm not here to buy ice cream. Guess who just walked past this place? Samuel frowned. Who? Naomi hesitated. Clara. She looked inside, but didn't come in. She was searching for a job. Samuel froze. Clara? Looking for work. Naomi nodded. Yes. Her life has fallen apart. Julia discovered everything, and they lost it all. Samuel leaned against the counter, conflicted. What a shame, he said quietly. Naomi's eyes searched his face. Why do you say that? After everything she did to you? Samuel sighed. Because even though she hurt me, I don't wish evil on anyone. Naomi's lips curved into a soft smile. That's what I admire about you, Samuel. You're strong, but you're kind. Samuel looked at her warmly. Is that what made you fall in love with me? Naomi blushed. Maybe. Samuel chuckled. Then let's celebrate. With ice cream. Naomi laughed. Yes, let's. Which flavor do you recommend? Samuel grinned. Try the new Rompus flavor. It's special. Naomi leaned forward. Serve me, then. Samuel scooped the ice cream carefully, handing it to her with a smile. Here you go. Naomi took a bite and closed her eyes. Delicious. Just like the life we're building together. Samuel's heart swelled with hope. For the first time in years, he felt truly alive. The shop soon became popular. Children crowded the counter, shouting for flavors. Parents smiled as Samuel handed out cones. Naomi worked beside him, taking orders with laughter in her voice. Ice cream, the most delicious in the city, she called. Samuel wiped sweat from his forehead. Naomi, we're selling out fast. She grinned. That's a good problem to have. Samuel looked at her proudly. This is what I always dreamed of, a life built on honesty. Naomi nodded. And love, Samuel. Don't forget love. One busy afternoon. Clara walked in, her clothes plain and her face tired. Samuel froze. Naomi straightened. What do you want, Clara? Clara swallowed hard. I came to ask for a job. I need work. Samuel hesitated. Why here? Clara lowered her head. Because I know I destroyed everything. I know you hate me, but I don't have anywhere else to go. Naomi's jaw tightened. You have some nerve. Clara's eyes filled with tears. Please, just let me clean tables, anything at all. Samuel looked at her silently, torn between anger and pity. Naomi pulled him aside. Don't even think about it, Samuel. She betrayed you, humiliated you, and left you with nothing. Samuel sighed. I know, but look at her, Naomi. She's broken. Naomi folded her arms. So what? She chose that path. She walked into it with her eyes wide open. Samuel lowered his voice. Naomi, kindness is not weakness. I don't trust her, but I won't throw her into the street. Naomi shook her head in disbelief. In the end, Samuel gave Clara a small job cleaning tables. Customers whispered when they saw her. Clara endured it silently, her pride shattered. One evening, as she swept the floor, Naomi approached. You must be enjoying this, working in the shop of the man you betrayed. Clara's eyes watered. Naomi, I don't expect forgiveness. I only want a chance to survive. Naomi leaned close. You're lucky Samuel has a heart. If it were up to me, you'd still be on the streets. Clara nodded. I know. Meanwhile, Richard sat alone in a rented room, staring at the empty walls. Julia had taken everything. The house, the company, even his friends. Clara refused to answer his calls. He clenched his fists. I had it all, he muttered. And I lost it because of my greed. He thought about Samuel and Naomi, hearing rumors that their ice cream shop was thriving. Rage boiled inside him. He stole my place, Richard growled. But I'll get it back, one way or another. One evening, Richard barged into the shop, his eyes red. Samuel, he shouted. Customers turned, startled. Samuel stepped forward. What do you want, Richard? Richard slammed his hand on the counter. You think you're better than me because you sell ice cream? You think this is success? Samuel's voice stayed calm. No, Richard. Success is living without shame. Richard sneered. You took Clara, and now Naomi too? Naomi stepped out from the kitchen, her eyes like fire. Don't you dare speak my name with your lies. Clara rushed forward, trembling. Richard, stop. Leave them alone. Richard glared at her. You traitor. You abandoned me. Clara's voice broke. You abandoned me first. You used me, then left me with nothing. Richard pointed at Samuel. And you. Ice cream won't save you forever. Samuel stared back steadily. It already has. Every cone I sell proves that dignity matters more than power. Richard clenched his fists, then stormed out, slamming the door. Customers clapped quietly, some whispering, Samuel is right. Naomi touched Samuel's arm gently. After Richard left, Clara approached Samuel. I'll quit, she whispered. Samuel shook his head. No, you'll stay until you can stand on your own 2 feet. Then you'll leave with dignity. Clara's lips trembled. Why are you so kind after everything I did? Samuel sighed. Because bitterness destroys people. I refuse to let it destroy me. Naomi stood beside him, her hand resting on his shoulder. Clara's tears spilled down her cheeks. You're a better person than I'll ever be. Months passed, and Samuel's shop grew. He rented a second space, then a third. Ice Cream Dreams became a name known across the city. Newspapers wrote about his story, the man betrayed by his wife, who rose again through hard work. Samuel stood proudly in front of his first shop, smiling at Naomi. We did it, he said softly. Naomi squeezed his hand. No, Samuel, you did it. You turned pain into strength. Samuel shook his head. Not without you. You were my anchor. Naomi smiled. One evening, as the sun set behind the busy street, Samuel locked the shop's doors. Naomi walked beside him, carrying the last box of supplies. He looked at her and whispered, Naomi, I lost everything once, but life gave me something far greater. Naomi's eyes sparkled. And I'll never leave your side. They stopped at the corner, watching children laugh with ice cream in their hands. Samuel's heart was full. Betrayal had broken him once, but now he stood stronger than ever, with love, dignity, and a future shining bright.